Peace, and blessings. Coming to you live from gorgeous Prince George's. It's another episode of Can We Be Fragrant? And I think I've lost count on what episode number we're on.
I think we're at number 39.
Possibly 39. Thank you. So much has been happening in the past week or two, actually months since we recorded last. We've met more fragrance enthusiasts, more crazy people, more wild nights out with Nigel. Happy birthday. You had us out so many days doing so much. We're still recovering from last week. But on my right, we have Gerald. It's just so much to say about you. Tell us, what have you been up to?
Hey, I've been just working and on my pinky in the brain trying to take over the world. But, last week had a special thing going on with the comic book that we have. And we did a signing out of Keep It Strange Comics in Manassas. And that was pretty cool for that grand opening. So that was a lot of fun. That's pretty much what I've been up to in the last week. Okay. Nigel?
Well, in the last, I want to say 10 days, I've been on a venture. I just turned 40. I woke up on the day of 40 and a new part of my body was hurting that never hurt before. I was like, is this what old feels like?
Wait, 40's not old.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm 50.
I hope to look as glorious as y'all when I get to that ripe age of 50. You know?
Glorious is a good way to describe Gerald.
We're starting already. Okay.
I started my week off of flying to Arizona, which was an amazing time. Saw the Commanders win. The following day came back. I also hit a great parlay. I normally never do online gambling, but I started and it is addictive. I was like, I have to delete the app off my phone. I bought a new fragrance, which is right here. And just had some great time with great friends this week. A lot of surprises for me this week. Cause I'm normally not a big celebrator of my birthday because I always do stuff all the time. And normally that time around my birthday, I want to rest because I'm always doing something. But it was a surprise that was welcome. And sometimes you need to let your friends pour into you. And this is something I learned this week, to let your friends pour into you as a surprise to me because I definitely wasn't planning nothing. So shout out to all the people that made it special for me. But yeah, that's been my week.
Letting friends pour into you. What's that like?
What are they pouring?
Yeah.
You know what? Other than liquor. Good.
Boom. On the left, we have a special guest, Grace, who I had the benefit of meeting thanks to Gerald. We talked at Neiman's when I first met you during the event that Gerald had brought us all through to. Bright, bubbly personality, very nice, very welcoming. You always take care of us. You reach out to us, extending offers of events and different things that you have going on. Tell us about yourself.
I've been in the business for like 24 years. I met Gerald like a long time ago when I worked for Nordstrom's while I was representing Procter & Gamble. And we had like so many fragrances underneath that umbrella, from Burberry to Gucci, Mont Blanc, and he used to come to our fragrance festivals, so he bought like everything underneath.
Sounds about right.
Great client, and but then I was the market manager for different brands, and I would just go back into the stores and do trainings and stuff like that. And now I'm working at Neiman Marcus as their concierge for fragrances. But I also represent a brand called Nihilo, which is a little small brand that we have there. Basically, I just enjoy fragrances. I love helping clients find the right fragrance, so I'm not pushy. I want them to really enjoy what they're wearing and what they're picking out. And lately, we've just been having so many new scents launching, so it's been more than enough. And so that's why it brings me to Chris Collins's fragrance that I sent out some samples to you guys, and I wanted to let the audience know about the brand. So that's why I'm here.
So what first got you into fragrances for people that are meeting you for the first time?
Well, I was working in Collectors, which was a couture clothing in Nordstrom's, and I had a friend that was going to manage the fragrance department. So she told me she wanted me to come and do fragrances, but not work for Nordstrom's, but as a vendor. So she got me together with the vendors, the account executives, and I started representing Escada, Gucci, Burberry, and just more brands started coming to me to help them represent them. And I think I was doing a pretty good job. And then I just grew from there.
Do you have a favorite? Or can you say?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many brands that I love. Right now, do I have a favorite? With the ex Nihilo, I do like Lust in Paradise. And Chris Collins has one that says Lost in Paradise.
Okay.
And I was like,
Which is
okay, that's
beautiful.
kind of like
Pretty
similar
close.
names. And I also like the brand Amouage. I love Inicio. I like Sergioff, Casa de Mari.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's just so many new ones that come out. So it's like I think I have a favorite one each week. But right now I do my new favorite that I ended up wearing to Vegas was the Vide Cor Mium, which means see my heart.
See my heart.
See My Heart in Latin by Chris Collins. So I did wear that this weekend. So I do like it. I like how romantic it is.
Okay.
So, and I sent you guys some samples to try the brand. And I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about it.
Okay. You were going to say something, Gerald?
I just was going to make a notation that Zerjoff is Italian.
It is Italian.
For all that
Italiano.
don't know or just now tuning in, there's a battle between these two. One loves French house, and other one loves Italian more. And the verdict is still out.
No, the verdict's not out. I'm Italian. He just likes French, but Italian's better. But go ahead with the show.
They do have quite a bit fragrances. I didn't realize until I started looking at all the names. I'm like, oh yeah, that's an Italian house or an English house or
Yeah.
French house. So, but some of the brands, like let's say Creed, is started as an English brand.
Yes.
And
now they've been sold.
right.
Just like
Tom
Killian
Ford.
started as a French brand and he sold.
What'd you bring?
So I brought a few of the Chris Collins fragrances, like I mentioned, Vide Cor Mium. And this fragrance is definitely more of a polish, romantic scent. When I wore it, I did feel like it's like a loving fragrance. It's sweet, it's soft, and it wore really well on me. And I like when fragrances tend to project really nice. I really don't care if somebody likes it. It's like, can I smell it?
I'm
But,
with you on that.
Yeah. Sometimes some fragrances, if I wear it too much, then I don't smell it. And that happens a lot. So when clients tell me, oh, I can't smell my fragrance anymore, then I tend to tell them, try to switch off to a different scent. Because then that way I think our nose gets used to it and then you stop smelling it.
Yeah.
It's just like typical guy. You look at him too long. and
Oh wow! Okay.
You
wait,
want
wait.
to switch off.
Hope I'm not typical.
You look at him
comment.
for too long, and then you want to go look at something else. No, but I mean, I think with fragrances, I have to love it. I don't wear it for anyone else. I wear it for myself, and people have different ways of wearing fragrances. There is no right way to say put on your pulse points, everything. Sometimes I just put it on my clothes. I don't want it on my skin at times.
Right.
Because I just want to, like, if it projects better, sometimes on your clothes. It all depends, Sometimes when I do wear it on myself, sometimes if I'm not feeling that well that day, it could give me a headache because I do have migraines. So so I'll just wear it on my clothes. But there's days that I do spray it like like crazy, and it does smell good.
Yes.
But that's the one fragrance that I do that with is the Amouage scent, and I can't think of the name right now. It's the white bottle. Honor. Yes. Honor. I love
Show
that
off.
one. Thank you. I couldn't think. I was going blank, and that's my bottle. It's my fragrance, but I love
job.
that scent. So, but like I said, this Vida Cormium, and like I wore it this weekend. I really like it. I enjoyed it. Every scent of it, every whiff of it, I really liked it. And I think out of all the other ones that I tried, this was the best one for me.
Yes.
So, Gerald brought one of his, and I really love it because I didn't get that one on the samples that they sent to me. And it smells royal. So can you tell
What are
me?
you doing with it?
Huh?
So what are you doing with it then?
Because I'm royal.
It smells so royal. And I was like, oh my God, it smells like a king. And can you tell me the name of that one?
African rooibos.
See.
And it's based on rooibos tea. And, let them smell Vida Cormium.
Yes,
and then
can we share that?
Yes.
And while we're talking, and you're spraying this, what's your favorite note in a fragrance?
For this one?
No,
right
no,
here?
just in general. Like, what's something you just love?
Well,
in a fragrance?
I love vanilla
Okay.
in fragrances.
I hear a lot of people say that.
Yes, I love vanilla, but I'm also a floral. I would say I'm a floral type of girl. I like floral scents, and for some reason, I vanilla scents do tend to smell really good on me. I think they're gourmand fragrances.
Oh.
But now I do also like fragrances that have coffee.
I know what this is.
Coffee
already.
and rose, because for me, it's like when I have those fragrances that have that, they take me to like this labyrinth of roses.
Oh, he over there blinking his eyes. Okay.
Yes. So this one does have,
Rose.
This fragrance you can
Vanilla.
almost taste.
yes, this fragrance
Yes,
does
that
have the
is-
two notes that I love, vanilla and rose. So that's why I like it. And amber, because there's so many different fragrances that have amber, and they're not just, I don't know if I would say they're well made, but I don't smell the amber.
This one's right on top.
because a lot of people, when they make their amber accords, they'll just overdose it with vanilla, or they'll overdose it with tonka,
Yeah.
or and
and they
usually,
get too creamy, I think.
yeah. So a lot of times an amber accord is essentially like labdanum, tonka, vanilla, and they usually will put some different type of spice in there, depending on what type of amber accord they're trying to make, because very few people use real ambergris. So
With this one, that's why I think I like it. It does start with bergamot, thyme, rose, and incense.
Yes,
and
that
I
rose
do
and incense
smell
thing.
I get the incense
the
in there.
incense because the minute I sprayed it, it kind of like took over the whole room.
Yeah, no,
correct?
it came over here. I think I
It's like-
tasted it with my mouth and my nose. I smelled it with my nose.
It's like that lingering, like the old long incense, the smoke smell afterwards. And you can see it. I feel like I should be smelling I should smell. It's coming to my nose like this.
Like
So
it
another-
took me a little bit to like, I don't know, like just right now spraying it. I guess because we're in a closer room, it smelled like that incense of like church.
Yeah.
But when I sprayed it at the hotel this past weekend in Vegas, it
Oh,
smelled.
excuse me.
Did you spray lights?
She just threw out that she was in Vegas.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. It's like it didn't smell quite like that. I smell more of the rose and like the romantic essence of it. But I do like the vanilla and the amber. And not take away from this fragrance, but one great amber scent that I've always experienced was the amber from Bond 9. I don't know if you remember that one. It was like the letters were like amber
Yes.
on the bottle, and it was like a dark, like almost like a caramel brown.
yeah, caramel brown bottle.
So
almost
beautiful.
chocolate.
And the candle, I mean, craziness.
Mm.
But with this one, I think it kind of reminds me of that. I mean, the fragrances are liquid memories.
Yes, they are.
So sometimes they can remind you of other fragrances or remind you of like something, or
Situation,
someone,
place, someone.
Yes.
Yeah.
you know,
Yes,
and that's like the best memories that we have. you know,
Exactly.
those liquid memories.
Yes, fragrance is your biggest link to memory, actually. That's been scientifically proven. They talk about it all the time. Like when you go certain places and you smell certain things, it reminds you of going to your grandmother's house or reminds you of your mom because mom used to maybe cook this certain thing with this certain spice. So
Right.
it invokes that memory for you.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah. So
so fragrances do definitely link you to things, places, people. Fragrances either introduce, induce, or seduce. So,
well, this
That's
was
what
a
they do.
great introduction to having a great weekend in Vegas.
Yes.
And
Is that what you're
phenomenal.
always going to think of when you smell that? Vegas?
Yes. So this was my
Is it
Vegas.
just landing or leaving? Which one you getting? I'm just asking. You know, there's a lot of different
Well,
variables.
like I said, for me, they do describe it as a romantic fragrance. So for me, it's like I read the description first, and it really put me in that mode. And when I smelled it, like I said, I do love rose, I do love vanilla, I do love amber, and I pick up all that. But right now, it's like I smell more of the incense and the cedar wood. So we always tend to pick up different notes. So
At different
that's-
times.
At different times. So when clients smell something, I always tell them, go smell it over there because everybody's spraying and people are just,
Yeah, you don't know what you're picking up.
Yeah.
Right, you don't know what you're picking up. And I try to give them time to smell what they put on and then come back and really reassess and like, okay, this is what I like about it. And then the next day they'll pick up something else.
Yep.
It's not going
That's
to always smell the same, but it should improve every time you wear it, you know.
I like that. That's a very nice scent.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did I send that?
Yeah, I mean, when I first had that or smelled it, I was just like, because I'm a rose and incense guy. Those are two of my favorite notes. I love incense and I love rose, and I was like, okay, this is very, very nice, and it's smoky, but then it also gets a little powdery, and I just was amazed at the metamorphosis of it as it continued to. It was almost like a song. And I think great fragrances are like that. They
Right.
are like songs.
Yeah, and I think I do like fragrances that have incense in it. Like I think the one that you bought was Amber Sky,
Yeah.
and that has incense.
Yeah.
It
I
has
haven't-
like a berry. It has berries in it, but it has incense in it.
I'm still searching when I'm gonna wear this one because I'm trying to find the right opportunity. It's great. It's clean. It's amazing. I want to choose the right moment for that fragrance.
And you didn't wear it for your birthday with your birthday suit.
No, no. I did not wear that on my birthday. I had to wear something else on my birthday. But it was something that I always wear. It's just like one of my favorite ones that I like to walk around in.
Then later, when it's your turn, you can tell us what you wore.
I'll tell you what.
Speaking of what to wear, where do you wear this? Is this like a year-round fragrance? Is it something, a specific occasion?
Well, for me, I think it's definitely fall, winter. I mean, there's times that I would say I would divide my fragrances based on like the seasons, but there's sometimes that I just want to wear what I
just
want
wanna
to
wear it, right.
I feel like putting it on, so don't judge me.
Right,
You
that's
know, because you love what you love, right? So, yeah, I would wear this, anytime.
Okay.
Anytime. And I think it's a very sensual scent. So if you feel like wearing something very sexy that projects, like the minute I sprayed it, it projected really well, then I think this would be the perfect
Okay.
scent for that. For all the ladies that want to bring attention to themselves and
I don't know any like that.
everybody. I mean, I think it's nice. I think it's very beautiful and romantic. And I think that's...
I could smell that on a woman and enjoy it, yes.
Yeah, but I think it would go very well with a guy as well.
So these that you brought are all,
All
well,
his
quote unquote
fragrances.
feminine?
No,
Or
no,
they're all
everything is
unisex?
unisex.
unisex.
Did.
Everything that he makes is unisex. I think with every brand, I wouldn't say every brand, but I said a lot of the fragrances they're going into that direction.
Right.
I think like a long time ago when Gerald
Yeah.
knew me, it was like men's.
Yeah, men's, women's.
You
Right.
know, it was completely different. I think in the past 10 years, I think the one person that started to show more of that was like Tom Ford, because I worked for Tom Ford, and it was like all unisex. You wear whatever you want to wear. Right. And I think rose doesn't have to be feminine either, because if you think about like the medieval times, men bathed themselves with roses, so they smelled, they were like the most manly men, right?
Yeah, traditionally rose was supposed to be a masculine note.
Right.
And then later on in the 1900s, it became started to lean more feminine because of the way the fragrances started being made and marketed. So then it was like, oh, well, this has a rose, this has this has this. And the male note then became carnation. Back in the 70s, 80s, they started using carnation instead of rose. But rose is definitely a very unisex scent, and I love a rose.
Yeah, and I know carnations were very popular during the Renaissance times as well. So carnations and roses. But yeah, I think this will go very well for men or women because of the incense note in it.
And that little bit of pepper that they have too is a little peppery.
And one fragrance that makes a lot of like all their fragrances that have incense in it is the Amouage. That's what they started. That was their base of the brand.
I do love some Amouage. What is it? Interlude?
Oh yes, I love that one.
Good memories.
But you don't think it smells a little bit like Jean-Paul Gaultier? To me, it reminds me.
Well,
not interlude.
Not interlude. Interlude's a little strong.
Yeah, the one that comes in the blue bottle, the dark blue
they
bottle.
They call that the Blue Beast, but she's talking about Reflection Man.
Reflection Man. That's another one. I'm forgetting all my bottles today.
I like Reflection, but it's not.
It's not your fave.
It's not.
Interlude is very heavy.
But
you have to let it dry. Anytime I show like
it takes a special kind of person to wear interlude.
Yeah. I tell them, look, spray it, come back in 20 minutes.
What else you have?
What else do I have here? This one is, I believe, the Renaissance. No, this is the Tokyo.
Tokyo Blue.
Yes,
okay.
Tokyo Blue. So this one, I'm going to spray it so you guys can tell me how you guys feel about it. Because fragrance is about how you feel, right?
Yep,
when we spray it, it's not just about what I say about it, but it's what captures your attention.
So I smelled this one a couple of times this week, the Tokyo Blue. And I like it, but
you don't like the freshness of it?
The dry down is what did it, is what really took it to the next level for me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's look and see here, because I brought the notes.
Can you all smell it in here?
I can't smell it.
I can smell it.
Okay.
I mean, I know it, but...
Excuse us.
Now, the first note that I do smell in here is the bergamot. I do smell the freshness of it.
Yeah.
I did spray it when I was there in Vegas too, because I was like playing with a lot of them because I knew I was going to come here, and I got them, and I just wanted to see which one did the best. But those were like the three that captured my attention the most. And I do like musk.
Yes, love a musk.
And I know you guys talked about having like you like musk, right? You like musk, you like musk, you like musk.
I yes,
right.
I learned to like it.
Right. There's so many brands, just FYI, there's so many brands out there that make just the elixirs of just the musk that you can actually combine with
add with your fragrance.
To add with your fragrances, but it's all different types of musk. Like the ex Nihilo does make a softer, lighter musk versus, let's say, Amouage makes a stronger, heavier musk. So. But adding that specific note to your fragrance will make it last longer. And I don't know if it would change the complete composition of it, but it would just blossom the fragrance.
Yes.
So what do you think about this?
I don't want to wear this as far as as far as I like the smell, but it's not for something I would want to wear. I would want my clothes, like I first out the laundry, or my sheets as I'm laying down, to smell like this, because it is very comforting. Like it's a crisp, it's clean, it's just refreshed. But I don't like the smell on me.
There's no vanilla in it.
It's just not me. But it's refreshing though.
It
But
is. And
ironically,
and
the
did
dry
try-
down is darker than the beginning.
All right, so I'm gonna let this sit and then I'll come
The
back.
dry down reminds me of
Let me write it so we can like come back to it maybe.
yeah, here's a pen
'Cause
for you.
yes.
When we were at DMGM, when we walked in and we smelled that smell, and I'm saying this is a smell that I like. I don't know what the casinos pump that smell, but that dry down kind of reminds me of
Okay,
that.
'cause I'm-
Of like a hotel lobby type
Yes,
of
yes.
essence. And I think, well, I did spray this during the day because it was, it's like 100 degrees over
Yes.
there.
Hot.
So that's why I liked it because it did have that orange blossom, that freshness. But the first note I smell right away is bergamot
Yes.
because it's
Yeah, it's-
clean.
I think I'm getting
it's airy.
something else. It might be the
Well, the
orange
base
blossom.
note, it is cedar wood
Mm-hmm.
and musk. But the note that I pick up here the most is that bergamot, the top
That
notes on
freshness,
it. So, I
exactly,
mean,
yeah.
different people, I think they add different notes for the very reason that we all pick up different things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, it's based on your liquid memory, what your mind, what you pick up, and what you're used to. So for me, I love bergamot. I love freshness of fragrances too.
Right.
So, but yeah, I did like that one.
What else?
What else here? Let's see here. This is Harlem Nights.
Yeah,
Harlem Nights.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
This better be
so,
funny. Shot you with a big toe and a gun.
No, now this is an ambery
So
scent.
it's supposed
Okay.
to like represent like 1920s Harlem coming up.
Okay.
So I guess
So if you like ambery, it's a
let me
little
spray it
ambery.
again. I think this one would definitely fall under the category for men, even though it's
Yeah.
not so much. But I did like it if it were to go
Because it's got a
for
little
guy.
booziness to it too, though.
Yeah,
It's got-
it is
it's
definitely
boozy.
very boozy. Fragrance.
This is nice.
So it's got like the booziness. It's vanillic. It's almost like being in a jazz club. Cigar, back in the
That's
Praise boom.
kind of what it gives me, but it has
I think it's that rum
yeah.
Maybe.
to it. So when I guess liquor wasn't
We know you
legal.
don't. You already know. Look, we're gonna start doing this. Don't even go that way anymore.
Well, I only have 3, so you got to share yours, so you can come this
like
way.
this.
Yeah, I mean it's a very alluring. It's very interesting. It lasts very long too.
It's funny you said jazz club because that's kind of what it gives me, that vibe
That
right there. That smell, yeah.
smokiness of,
I like
yeah.
that though.
I tend to like fragrances like that for men, I think, at times. Because it's different from everything else that you tend to smell in the market, like your typical, Chanel
Yeah, Chanel and
or
YSL
or
and all
YSL
that.
or Dior.
Yeah,
Versus this one does capture that elegance of a gentleman, I think.
yes.
Like
it's-
I have a refined drink in my hand if I'm
Yeah.
making this. It
That-
does. I mean, it just speaks. I would want to sit at like a nice lounge and smell like this, having at a cigar lounge and just go through.
Yeah. What is that lounge down in DC that starts with an H? In like 11th Street. They have like you go down and then it's like it's a lounge. And they play like jazz music.
Oh, you're talking about
It starts
House
with
of
an H.
Blues.
No, it's not House of Blues.
No, not House of Blues. Blues Alley is Blues Alley's in Georgetown.
That's not on 11th
No,
Street.
it's only 11. You know which one I'm talking
11th and what?
An H. It starts with an H.
I can't think of it.
Yeah, but it's like it's got that jazzy feel to it. But that's how the fragrance I think I would like somebody wearing. It's elegant, it's masculine, and it's different.
I like this.
Yeah,
This is nice.
I liked it because it was different from everything else, and I think
See now,
smelling so many fragrances, you start saying, "Oh, okay, that I've smelled that
Before, yeah.
Yeah, that-
and it
that-
starts getting boring because me smelling everything that's new, constantly they're bringing new fragrances, and you're just like, okay, let me separate the good from the common,
So
the great from
with you being in fragrances for long and selling it, what's catching your eye now? Because like you've seen a lot of stuff's coming your way. Like what's grabbing you to like I want this fragrance now versus like I got something just like this. I don't need to spend this money on this. Like, what's driving you now to buy another fragrance that you just would never typically buy?
Well, they have to like definitely capture my attention, and I tend to like share with clients just like I'm sharing with you guys and get like real vital information, because it's not just my opinion, it's everybody else's too. And I tend to spray it on myself, and I have to make sure that it lasts on my skin and it smells like something I've never smelled before. Like capture my attention, show me something that I haven't smelled before. And I did hear one of you guys in your shows that there are certain fragrances that have the same notes, but they smell different.
That was I had the By Dream. It was an ultimate date night and flirt, all the same notes, but different. How they put them together, totally different.
Yeah, I think it's like sometimes it's how they're made, but also it's the composition of the fragrances and how much more they put in one. Let's say they can put 20% of cacao or vanilla, and it's just like the percentages of the fragrances
or where they got that ingredient from,
right? And like there's different types of vanillas: vanilla from Madagascar, vanilla from their mom's kitchen. I don't know.
Right.
It's like it's just different. The mandarin, how it's being squeezed, and if it's done naturally, So I think it's all how it's being made. So for me, it just has to be really special because, like I said, some fragrances starting to all
come to
kind of like, okay, I smelled this before and it's tweaked this way. So, but the longevity, it has to stay there for me to recommend it. So people need to put some good stuff out there.
Something has to really like blow me away for me to get it. Just someone saying it's good. I'm not going to necessarily go out and blind buy it, but like I literally want to smell it. I wanted to see it on my skin, walk around for a while. That's why when I smelled the Mind Games, I was like, whoa, this is different. This I don't smell anything like this that's out
like
there.
Straight fragrances.
Yeah. That stuff was pretty good. There was another fragrance that you had introduced me to. I think it was by Tiziana Terenzi or something.
Oh, yeah, their fragrances. Oh, Gooming, yes.
Yeah.
Now, that blew my mind as well.
That's killer. When I get some money,
Tiziana's Italian.
When I get some money, I'm going to get that.
Robert Terenzi.
Shout out to them, by the way.
Yes.
But that was
No, that fragrance, that blew my mind, too. And now, it did remind me a little bit of... what's it called? Donna Karan's, the black bottle, but with a different, like more of a male type of
version,
like touch to it. But I was like, wow, I was impressed. And that's what I like to feel like I'm being impressed by the fragrance because I've smelled so much. But again, with the Mind Games, that's why I loved it because the, what's the one? The Blockade, it's like, you spray it on your skin, and you can see like how much the oils are sitting on there.
Absolutely.
And we tend to go to trainings all the time with fragrances, like sometimes twice a week or once every 2 weeks, because all these new fragrances are coming up. So they show us, they do their presentation, they show us how to show the client as far as like the long lasting, like if you spray it on their skin, you see like the difference between like the Amouage, like the regular one and the ones with the actual numbers.
The 45 or whatever, yeah.
Or the 53. And you can see the difference. You put it on your skin, and we did the test, and we're like, wow, you can see how it just glares on your skin. It's like the oils. So we get a lot of extensive training. It's just like, does the client have the time for us to explain and take them in that journey? And that's what I like about this new guy right here, Chris Collins, that he's got he's bringing out something new, and I like how different the fragrances are. So,
which is that? All of them?
No, there's.
No, I meant that you brought here.
I only brought 3.
Okay, because
but I send you guys. These are the 3 that because you guys said bring one.
So
I was like, let me bring 3. But he has an amazing one right here that I smelled upstairs.
Renaissance.
Renaissance
This
is very
nice.
interesting.
This
Yes.
is nice.
Very fresh.
I sprayed this on.
And Sergio has a fragrance called Renaissance
Yes.
too. I
Do
was
they?
like, yes.
So
That's what I was like,
But
oh my gosh.
It's very
Renaissance.
different from that, though.
Yes.
no.
Yeah.
I haven't smelled that, but I don't think I've smelled anything that smells like this either.
Yeah,
This-
no,
this is
that's
nice.
very unique.
Yes.
Well, he's working with a lot
Go ahead,
of
spray
great
it.
people to make
Yeah,
his
you gotta spray it.
niche
Spray it for him.
scents.
So that's aquatic, and it has a honey note in there. So it's like it's a bit mineralic and sweet at the same time.
It jumps out to you at first, and then you can.
I try to tell you, I try to warn you.
Yeah, it makes you step back.
I smelled that one too. I liked it. I like
That's a
like marine
It's like-
accords. Like
yeah.
when Tom Ford came out with like the oud marine collection of it. That was like really refreshing and different. I don't know why they took it out, but that's what I liked about this. This one does have like that
Yeah, so,
tobacco
yeah,
base
it's
to
that,
the
it's
fragrance.
that sea salty
leather. Yeah.
It's kind of sea salty, but then that honey note
Okay,
is
now you can pass it
powerful.
to me. I know what it smells like because
The
I've tried
honey
it.
is strong in that.
It jumps out to me like all the bio fragrances and
I smell it
the
coming
every
over
fragrance
here.
I have. It jumps out like that. So that's why I was kind of caught off guard. I didn't think it was going to be as
Yeah, it's very mineral.
Yeah, very mineralic with that, and then the honey sweetens it up.
But
A
you
little bit.
smell
All
all
of
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 it.
that. The tobacco, the leather, the honey, the freshness of it.
it's like an
That's it.
overwhelming of different senses at one time, and then you're trying to capture which one you want to smell first. It's like which one am I holding on to?
Yeah. It's kind of if you were swimming, and
Mm-hmm.
you're just going around like this. And
This is nice. This is
nice.
very nice to me.
Yeah,
This is very nice.
that
It
that is
doesn't
one of
smell
his more
anything.
interesting
Would,
ones.
is this something you would wear?
I'm
It's like
gonna
Renaissance
I'm gonna let
on
that one
there.
dry down some more because
Of course it is.
I wanted to see where it takes us. Like I gotta go back to the other one, or the Tokyo Blue. I want to go back to same thing. So I'm gonna let it sit, and then I'm gonna come back.
No, but it's. Do you like it?
Yeah, I like. He has a very interesting collection. I've been following Chris for like about 3 or 4 years,
Yeah.
and when he first like dropped his stuff, and I was like, okay, let me see what this stuff is. And Renaissance was one of the first ones that caught me. Renaissance, because I'm not big into aquatic fragrances usually. They're okay, but I don't wear a lot of aquatics. And then when I smelled that, it was the most unique aquatic I had smelled up to that point. I was like, yo, it's like fresh, it's sweet, it's mineralic, it's a little sea salty, it's a little bit of everything.
It's got a little bit of
And,
everything.
and so it was very, very attention grabbing. And so that
But
made
it's
me want to explore
masculine, too.
that made me want to explore the brand more. And then I smelled Harlem Nights, and Harlem Nights captured me. I was like, okay, yeah, this would be a good night on the town. And
So do you have Harlem Nights?
I do have Harlem Nights.
What don't you
Because
have?
that
It seems like he has everything.
A good French brand.
I have some French brands too, but Italians still do it better. But then when I got introduced to African Rooibos, when that came out, it was just
Yeah,
that
this
that
is
took the cake
beautiful.
for people
It's
that like
so
freshness
beautiful.
and stuff like that.
That's the one that I didn't get in the little care
Sample.
package. Yeah.
Yeah, but,
But now that you shared it with me, I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
that
he
is
has some great stuff.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah. I
Because
can
we
talk
still
about it.
have Oud Galore and Citrus Grandis.
Yeah, I have both of those. Do you have Kingmaker?
No.
Kingmaker is his oud.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, Oud Galore.
Kingmakers are my parents.
Oud Galore is nice. It is very. Oud Galore is more subtle than Kingmaker. I'll say it that way.
Yeah, the
Oud
Kingmaker
Galore is
was
okay. I liked it.
strong.
Yeah, Oud Galore is very nice. It's a very, very nice one. But this Kingmaker was
This like
different.
Galore is supposed to be like infinite
Yes.
abundance. So let's smell that one.
So why
Which one you spraying?
Kingmaker.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
Wh-
was
what-
strong. I smelled that one. I was like, ooh.
Oh, you have that one here?
Yeah,
This
I'm
is spraying
pulling
now.
it right now. Here,
Okay.
you'll know oud right away. You'll smell it. It's a lot of oud, patchouli.
This is nice. This smells like something, though. This smells like something I own, but this is nice.
Let me smell.
Do you, before I get too far, I smell, do you think I want to get this?
No.
No.
gonna write
Why,
Oud Galore.
why not? I'm curious.
No,
right
that's
now.
Kingmaker.
Oh, this is Kingmaker, yeah.
Because there's no vanilla in it.
There's no. Oh,
Well,
okay.
I think the oud.
It's
I
not
mean,
sweet.
as he's going on this journey, that's a pungent oud. I don't know if he'll dig the pungency of the oud.
It's definitely spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I smelled it and I wasn't fond of it. I think it was definitely more of a guide for a guy to make
Yeah.
a decision and not me.
So you get that oud, you get that patchouli.
Look, got his face up. Yeah. Look.
I told you he would wear.
You like that?
No.
I didn't think so.
No.
Yeah, this is definitely not my nose. This, I haven't. I have not matured to this. All right, that's like,
You may never.
You know what? I may never mature to this, but this got your name written all over it. Maybe when I get to 50, I get that.
Oh, okay. I'm already.
Wait, are you aging people now?
So not only apparently fragrances have gender, but they have a
Maturity level.
age maturity
Hey,
level. as
I'm
well.
not mature enough for this. I'm going to say this now. This one.
But
I'm not at
fragrances
50 yet,
are
by the
like
way.
that,
Okay.
you know?
Let's let that dry
I
down
would not
for
wear a
another 10
DKNY
years.
fragrance. I mean, I would
You said
not,
you wouldn't wear what?
I wouldn't wear now like a DKNY, like apple type of
Yeah.
essence. It's too,
Yeah,
it's too
they-
teeny bopper.
Yeah, I do
me,
think
you
that
know?
certain notes and things, especially when they have a lot of depth and are heavier, do lean more towards certain age groups. Like a 20-year-old, for the most part, unless they've been around fragrance all their life, isn't going for a very potent, like Middle Eastern type of oud, where it's
Right.
Yeah.
just pungent and spicy and all of that. You know, if all they've known is like Calvin Klein,
Right.
Rihanna
yes,
fragrances.
yes, and Rihanna
or
and Billie Eilish.
Billie
and-
Eilish.
Would a
sweet
20-year-old
stuff.
wear a fougere?
I think I think there are some fougères they would wear.
My daughter wears that.
but
She
not.
likes those oudie.
But that's not your typical. But she's not the typical.
I know.
child.
Yeah, she's been around it all the time. That's the point. You know,
Shout out.
she's
shout
had
out to
a
your
lot of
daughter, too.
exposure.
Shout out to her.
She's got to come over here.
We was trying to sell it. We was like, "Cause come on." She was like, "I got school, I got class." I'm like, "All right, we'll get you one day."
So yeah, I think that fragrances definitely do appeal more to people that may have more experience in life, have been more places, so
Smelled more
those
things.
things aren't as shocking to smell.
Yeah, like she likes
as-
oud, and I'm like, oh, really?
Do you think,
you liked oud? I didn't think somebody'd heard.
when you're smelling, getting fragrances, or you might, it has to match their personality.
Personally, I think it should, because I believe that fragrance, just like any other part of fashion, is an extension of your personality.
Yeah.
If it doesn't go with your personality, then it seems misplaced.
So
The
does
fragrance
This,
will wear you.
so does this speak to my personality? As you.
I said no as soon
Okay,
as I said
okay, just making sure. it smells good. It's just not for me. I was
Yeah.
like, this doesn't match me.
Well, I don't know, because you've been saying lately you've been telling people you've had baby fever. So Kingmaker,
Really?
you could be ready.
Oh, wow.
You could be. Oh, Prince Maker. That's what it would be. Prince Maker. I'm sorry, I messed that up. Everybody,
Thank you.
good.
But looking at you, maybe your personality would fit the other one that you have right there.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's very sexy.
Yes. So, all right, you got another one over there, Kareem? Because I got the citrus
I'm gonna do
brandis
the oud,
also.
the oud.
The Oud Galore?
Yeah, the Galore.
Yeah, now that's a little milder. It's you'll appreciate that one more. It's
Okay.
not as in your face,
It's
aggressive.
supposed to be very sexy fragrance. So it's incredibly sexy.
Yeah, he'll tolerate that more. than
Okay, so
Kingmaker.
this,
That's the
I-
Oud Galore.
yes, I don't get any
Oud Galore.
oud from this. I get like spearmint gum when I smell this.
Let me.
My nose could just be off at this point. I smell like spearmint
I haven't
or
heard of
mint or
I
something.
haven't heard
I'll
of
spray it again
spearmint
because
gum
it
in
didn't come out
forever.
very
Hey,
much.
put it on another one.
Yeah, that's Kingmaker.
Hey, I'm gonna let you smell this.
Let me see. And this is the Oud Galore, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it smells very minty.
Okay, so I'm
You know
not
what?
tripping.
I do
Well,
love a
here,
good mint.
I'm spraying the Gloria again.
Maybe it's the geranium oil,
I love a good mint smell though. I think it's
See, this isn't as minty.
but it does have oud in it. So
Yeah,
I'm
it's definitely got oud. I mean,
I'm starting to pick
This smells
up the
completely
oud.
different.
and that's oud Gloria.
you can spray it right.
Did you spray the right one?
Oh, you know what it was?
Yeah, you didn't spray the right one. I was going to say.
No, I sprayed it upside down.
I like it.
See, I told you,
This is like-
you'll
yeah.
tolerate that more.
Yeah, I like this, but I love the smell of mint. I love the smell of mint.
Well, you got to smell that one then.
Well,
I can still smell the mint in here. I can still,
well, it's not actual
This
mint
is
in it.
nice.
but no, I mean not in it, but it.
Yeah, so this is oud Gloria too, but I mean, it's just.
You see
Spray
the
I don't
difference?
think you got as
sprayed
much
with
spray.
love and not hate.
Hold on, which one is which one is which?
I think it has a lot to do
Well, I
with
put it
how
on
we
the big part.
project the
For me,
fragrance.
that one's
Oh.
stronger than on this.
Yes.
No, that one. The
But
one
I
that you
get
said.
what you mean. It's like it's very minty fresh, not like aquatic fresh
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
citrus
see,
fresh.
that,
like it.
that geranium
It's
can
minty fresh.
geranium can be minty, but geranium usually gives you more rosy vibes to me. A really good geranium,
But this has rose in it.
Yeah,
Put-
because it's based on the geranium is like almost like a rose bush.
No, this
It's
is
got some
really
minty.
nice.
Yeah, that's
I
so
like-
that's the
I-
Gloria.
I think this will be good. I know I heard you talk about people not letting you wear fragrances to work, and you were complaining about it. So this you could wear to work.
Yeah, that one I could.
He
well,
wouldn't,
you
though.
could
He
definitely
wouldn't. And get
wear
away
Roybus.
with
Yeah, I get away with. I mean,
You could wear Roybus for sure.
And get away with it because it's so mild. It's kind of like you could wear this. You know how I get clients sometimes that are in the hospital and they still want to wear a fragrance.
I know that's
Nurses
right.
And stuff. They're like, I want to wear something, but not like overwhelming.
Overpowering, yeah.
And I've sold even to doctors and nurses and stuff. So this would be like a great.
I thought you meant
fragrance.
patients like in the bed having surgery, and they was like, I don't want to smell like diapers and whatever.
No, I've had like people like work in the hospitals. Like I
Okay.
want to wear a fragrance, but I don't want to be like with my patients and then like overwhelm them with my scent.
Right.
But this would be a great fragrance because it's so soft.
Yeah, it's much more subtle than Kingmaker.
And this
I
is
told
such
you.
Yes,
a
it is, it
unisex.
is.
It's such a
Yes.
great
Yeah,
unisex.
that's a.
scent.
So
yeah.
you can write Oud Gloria on that one.
Yeah, I did.
Grace? Oh,
I
you
did.
wrote it? Okay, good. We got that.
I'm ahead, but on the bigger side, you said.
Yeah.
But this is the hate.
He pushed your hate away.
Anybody else see that I'm not smiling and laughing?
That's why that dash is there.
No, but it's like fragrances are projections, how you present it, right? So
Okay, so now
kind of
this
like present it
is
with love.
my favorite from the house so far.
Oh, I love that one.
I
You shared it with
love
me.
What's this called? again?
African Rooibos. It's based on Rooibos tea. I love tea fragrances. One of the first tea fragrances I actually bought at Nordstrom's. And it was very, very popular. And people are still selling it today and will try to get you $600 for it. Gucci Poron 2. It was a little blue.
Oh, the blue one.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was the first tea fragrance that was popular.
That I
And now-
launched that fragrance.
And now a lot of people love like Imagination from Louis Vuitton, another tea-based fragrance. This is better than Imagination to me.
Come on,
Because
now.
it's like spicy Imagination.
Come on now, let's get spicy.
No, it's beautiful.
While I use my imagination. Hold on.
Just a side note. How long have you two been friends?
Oh my, 25 years.
I do like this.
Yeah, because
I do like this.
my
Yeah.
daughter's 24, so I knew him before I had my daughter.
Yeah.
You can tell y'all energy is spectacular. I'm like, it's just like we could leave the podcast right now and let y'all talk, and we'll come
Let's just
back
tell you
and
how
we'll be
old
still
I
like.
Oh, this is so beautiful. I love
Yeah.
this fragrance.
I do.
It
This
looks
is
like you
so-
use that a lot too.
Yeah.
Oh,
as
how much
you can
As he
see.
should.
This is Dent City here.
And I'm just saying for a person that has as many bottles as
Yeah,
you.
yeah, because I really fell in love. Well, actually, I also gave out some decants because when in the fragrance groups and stuff, that I run, the guys smelled it and they're like, "Oh man, let me get a sample." I'm like, "Yo, like this is only 50 ml, but
Okay.
no problem."
Speaking of the fragrance group, there was an event I was supposed to attend.
It's that group. Yeah, that part.
That day was an eventful day for me because I went to go get my hair lined up, and then it turned into like 2 bottles of tequila later. And I called him and I was like, "Hey, I am not going to make it. It was hot. First, it was like 95 degrees that day. I'm trying to get home. Let me get in the shower. I said, hey, I'm about to come. And the next thing, it was 11 at night. I was like, this man's going to kill me. Ain't going to talk to me. Ain't text me since.
Yeah, yo.
You know,
I greased you up real good to the bro. I was talking real greasy about you, but
that was my fault. I apologize for missing the event. I had too much fun early in the day, liquor wise, which was my fault, to be an event I promised I would come to. So I promise I will be at the next event early on time.
okay.
That was a really good event, though. Like, we really just
Yeah, he was
sat
telling me about
around
it.
us talking for, like, hours. I mean, it was fun because you weren't there. That's what I'm saying.
You know what?
But I appreciate you bringing them to the store and meeting them and meeting the 2 other guys from Japan.
Yes.
That's
yeah.
really
Clark, yeah.
That,
Talk about Clark.
most memorable person the other day, the Clark Cloud. That
statement, the Clark Cloud, yes.
no. It was such a good group.
Yeah.
And then you guys met Eric. Eric was there, right?
Yeah, I called Eric. I brought everybody.
Yeah, Eric is really cool. I just saw Eric. Not too
I
long
like
ago.
Eric. He's very nice, very knowledgeable.
Very knowledgeable with fragrances.
Shout out to Eric. I told him we were going to get him on the show.
Yeah, you should bring him. He knows so
Okay,
much
this is
about
what-
fragrances and so much about everything.
I want to see. Go ahead. This is what.
I'm not there yet.
Yeah, that's not for him.
This is not for me. But
Yeah.
Oh, it's
I-
I think that would be for you.
maybe
like
it's,
just
you know what? Maybe it's on. I'll spray after that we finish. Maybe
Yeah,
if you allow me
You
to
yeah, of
have
course.
spray it on my
to
skin.
wear it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want. It might cost me.
Look at the eye roll. Now
no,
get out.
because it's saying, 'cause I don't want to take away from.
Oh no!
the-
Oh no! Don't
Like
worry.
if you would have come to the
there's a
counter and
backup
asked
bottle
me for a
coming.
great fragrance, like what's your favorite? Because people always ask me, like, what's your fragrance? I would totally pick that up for you.
I'm gonna let this sit
Because
right.
since you're not in your 50s yet,
Yeah.
you're not in the
feel like I'm gonna
club.
catch
He's
you
not
for
old
this.
and washed up yet, apparently.
You know, almost
getting there.
You don't even have to be 50 to wear this. Almost anybody can wear this.
How is this the only bottle? Or how many times have you bought this bottle? Or has this been the same one?
This is the first. I mean, because I got so many. This is the first one of this, but I will have another bottle. I'm getting another bottle.
But
of this.
it's just like I could tell you enjoyed it because I feel like okay, so the one bottle that I finished it to the core and I'm like still trying to spray like whatever air comes out of it. It's the Tom Ford fucking fabulous, and that was my last launch with Tom Ford, and I hated it when I sprayed it the first time. I was like, oh, it smells like crazy. You know, it smelled like baby.
Yeah.
Like
The people say baby wipes. They say
Yeah,
that a
like-
lot.
I don't understand the hype behind it, though. Like,
oh no, I'm gonna tell you, it smelled like baby wipes at first, but then I decided to wear it to my daughter's quinceañera, and everybody was complimenting me. I was like, really? Like, this does it smell really good? And then I started loving it, and that's why with some people they're like, oh, I don't really like it. It's like, give it a chance, because that's what happened to me with that scent. Now it's like I absolutely love it. It's
Yeah.
so good.
so you believe
like-
it's fucking fabulous.
And,
It is
and that's
fucking
one reason why
fabulous.
I do tell people try something at least 2 to 3 times. Don't
Yeah.
just go off of spraying it on your hand like, oh man, this sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, again,
Give it a chance.
Got to give it a chance. It could
Yeah.
be depending on what you had eaten that day or what you've eaten over the last
I
week.
don't know if it
Are
was
you
my
sick? Are you
mood.
healthy? You know, just all that type of stuff. So
Or like I think it was my mood, but like
Yeah.
when I smell it on other people, I was like, wow, because I couldn't understand the hype either. I think people were just buying it because of the name, and so many young kids were buying it, and I was just the ones that had like the budget,
Right.
But then I put it on, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it, and then I was like, wow, I got the best compliments, and it smells amazing on men too.
well, can I say this, Grace? You get compliments on your fragrances all the time, so
Thank
this is not unusual.
But I
I can see that, yes.
But I have to spray sometimes. Certain ones I have to spray a little bit more. But
Yeah.
there are certain ones that I do get compliments, and sometimes
See, now I think that would be a good question. You know, you working in the industry. Am I allowed?
Go ahead. Please.
Did you see the hesitation?
This is the Gerald and Grace show.
2 G's.
Oh, yeah, geez.
Yeah.
I just realized that. Hello.
No, but I was going to say, and this goes to everybody, but I definitely want to start with you. Is that a major thing, like for you? I know people always ask you about stuff like that. Hey, what fragrance is going to really, like get me like compliments and stuff? People will literally ask
Oh,
that.
yeah, all
But
the time.
is that a factor when you are choosing a fragrance, or in your assessment of a fragrance, is how well it's complimented, is that part of your process when you are looking at how great a fragrance is?
It can be, but also I think for me, it has to last.
Absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
for me, I hate to sell something based on the hype because it's my reputation. I've been doing this for so long and I have clients that trust what I'm going to like recommend for them. So, and it has to smell like something that I haven't smelled before. So definitely I want someone to be happy with their purchase. So the sampling is a big thing as well because you also have to make your own, decision. So, and the trust that people put in me when they're looking for something. So I have to smell it, I have to love it, and get people's recommendation like you guys, like what do you think of it? So it's not just about just selling to people, but also getting other people's opinion on it. So that's what we have trainings. That's what we have. We talk about fragrances with our other colleagues and stuff. So we share ideas because we definitely want to give the client the right information and the right recommendation so you can love it. And that's why some fragrances do so much better than others because all of us are like, oh, wow, this is really good. So. And it's not just the hype because different stores have different hypes.
Of course.
So and different products. So, but I like to have an honest opinion and give the client an honest opinion on the product.
Okay. So for you,
To
is
me,
that a major
it's-
factor, the compliments,
It's
and your assessment of it?
it has to be that I love it first. Like I really just have to love it. And then I kind of build out from that. Compliments, they're always great to have, but the reason I don't personally put a whole lot of stake in it is because a lot of times you'll smell good around people and they won't say anything. And so if I'm holding on, hoping somebody says something, I'm depriving myself as opposed to I know that I smell good.
Yeah.
I know that I look good. All the combination together is irresistible.
No.
Oh, Lord. Okay. All right. I like
But
that.
when you know, you know.
Yeah, when you know, you know.
Okay. So what about you, Nigel?
I think I lean more to when I first, about a year ago, before we started doing the podcast, I only appreciated like maybe 7 to 8 fragrances. And I knew they kind of smelled good, but I also went by like how people got reacted off people. But as I started diving more in, it started to become more of like, I want to smell amazing every time I go out. Or I want to find something that just gravitates people to me. But I want to make sure when I spray it on me, I need to visualize me in this everywhere I go. So if I can't visualize me in this everywhere, or I can't really look for a situation, probably within the first like 2 weeks of me spraying it on me, I might get rid of it because it's like I'm not gonna hold on to it. I'm not even gonna keep it. I'm gonna forget about it. I probably got like 20 bottles that I bought over the last year that I have not touched because I was just going through.
Open them.
I mean, and I've bought over the year. I've probably bought 120 fragrances. Balloons. I'm like, I don't even want to look at my bank statement right now. But it I've learned, find something that grabs you to the memory because you were saying the scent reminds you of something. When I get to this, I'll talk about this. This one's primarily why I bought this one.
Oh yeah, I want to see what's inside that box.
It just makes me it has to bring a memory back to me and something that I know someone's going to appreciate on me and I appreciate on myself. So,
Yeah, that's why I said that fragrances either introduce you to something new, something you haven't smelled. Like, wow, I've never smelled something like this. They induce a memory. They take you to a place, a time, of a person, or even an association with an event.
Yeah.
Or it is very seductive to you. It makes you feel sexy, feel alluring, feel more confident, all that stuff. So that's what fragrance can do. And now for me personally, I'm way past the stage of caring about compliments. I just, if it doesn't fit me, I don't care if people like it.
Yeah.
If I don't think it's great, first of all, they're not going to get to smell it because I'm not going to be wearing it. But secondarily, if I don't feel good, it's just like with clothing, with your haircut, your hairstyle. If you don't feel good when you walk out there, nobody's going to say anything to you anyway.
Yeah.
Right. You can tell
So-
your demeanor be off. It just naturally, you don't have that same aura about yourself that when you come in a room or come around, people expect like, oh, I can tell something's off. What is off? You know, people can tell that when you're just not having a good day. And it just like
Oh, yeah.
your fragrances, if I'm not having a good day, your natural smell is not going to be right. You just like, you're not giving off
Yeah.
positivity in your life or around you. And it's noticeable. People are going to steer away. Like, let me just stay
Yeah.
away from this. I don't need that aura in my life.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
But it's nice to have a good wardrobe of fragrances
Yeah.
because
There you
it's
go.
like what you're wearing, and it's like it has to match.
Exactly. It's an ultimate accessory.
Yeah.
And your mood can turn
Yeah.
into your
Yeah.
fragrance.
And
Yeah.
I think also sometimes you can put a fragrance on and it just boosts your confidence for that day. You be like,
Yes. Seduce your senses. That's what I
You
said.
know.
Yeah.
You feel like
So
you're on your
senses.
game.
I like that. Look at
Yeah,
you.
you know,
Oh,
so-
he dropping gems.
Like one other fragrance I didn't mention that I absolutely love is the Puja by Tiziana Terenzi, the one that's got that little
Yes.
starfish.
yes.
I thought it was Atlantide.
No,
No.
there are three in that collection.
Three?
Yeah,
There's
it's
an
the
Antide,
orange
Puja.
one.
Okay.
Tilia. And
Yeah,
Puja
Tilia.
is so
Yeah.
beautiful. It's like when I wear it, I'm like, wow, I'm impressed.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes a lot for me to be impressed with the fragrance. And it stays on. I don't want to say it's strong, but it just projects really nicely. And it's floral, but yet it's a mature type of flower.
Mm-hmm.
And it's aquatic at the same time. But it's just, I could say it's absolutely beautiful. So when I spray it, I'm like, I feel rich because not only the bottle looks
Yes,
like
it's beautiful.
amazing, you just want to carry the bottle around to show it to people.
No, those are some beautiful bottles up there.
Yes, and you know his
And-
sister
and-
is a jeweler, and he's
I guess that explains a lot, yeah.
Tiziana is the name behind the brand, but her brother Paolo is the one that creates them.
Okay.
So, yeah. So I just wanted to ask you about that with compliments. So,
Yeah.
okay.
I just wanted to go back to Nigel's point. Some of those fragrances that you don't wear, you like Grace said, you should probably go back and smell them again because they've sat for a while. The scent might have enhanced a little bit.
you're a year older.
I
You're
was-
40 now.
Right.
You're not 50,
Right,
right?
wipe the dust off of your nose.
I was thinking about this just now, and I
You're
was
no
like,
longer in your 30s.
the audience that we have, I feel like y'all, the OGs in the room, he is working on his masters. I'm in my freshman year of college right now in the fragrance game. Like I'm just new in here, so it's like a different state. Like listen to y'all talk about the fragrance, how you're recalling. Like I don't have those moments yet. I'm not there yet. So it's like I dream to be like y'all in that portion because like I want to have like maybe 4 years from now, next year I'm gonna start recalling because some fragrances y'all knew about 10 years ago. I wouldn't even-
20 some
Well,
years ago. It's
I
like-
was trying to be.
I don't mind getting old. It's like a fine wine.
Hey, you know what? Gets
it
better over time.
Okay,
Yeah.
it costs more.
Hey, you know what?
Okay.
Hey, look, tell me what you like.
Somebody said Vegas. So anyway, but yeah, you should go back and check those bottles out because you'd be surprised. On one of the episodes, I literally brought down Givenchy. It was a Givenchy fragrance, and you could literally wipe the top. It had dust on it. I probably had that bottle for over 10 years, and I smelled it, and I was like, "Whoa, this is so good."
Where you been all my life?
Where have you been?
It's like an old girlfriend, right?
I know it is.
You want that old thing back?
Hey, that gets you in trouble every time.
We're not gonna bring that story
So
up.
what did you bring for us?
All right, so this goes back to last week. I went to Arizona. I bought a ticket on Friday to go to the game in Arizona. I just like bump it. You know what? Every year I travel a week for my birthday. I'm going somewhere, and just happened to go to Arizona. So while I'm in Arizona, I land and everything. I said I gotta go find me the mall here just to find a fragrance store because one thing I'm going to do is go at least try to find something. So I was like, let me just go find the Neiman Marcus out there. Went in there. I was utterly disappointed with how it laid out there. It just was not what I thought it was going to be there compared to where Tyson's
Right.
too. It just hands down, whatever. So then I'm walking around the mall and I'm going to different stores and I'm just like, let me go to the John Malone store. So I go in there and I'm just like, let me just start smelling stuff. and I go through like the initial row or the front one they have out there, and the way they have their samples is kind of awkward to me. Because it's on this little dipper with like a little metal tab that's in there, and every time I pulled it out, I couldn't smell anything.
Oh, okay.
It just
Their
like I was like,
testers are
yeah,
like that,
I was
the
like,
little-
why do I have this? Because you can't even smell this, or I feel like the metallic's taken away from the fragrance. Something's not right. I was like, can y'all please just put this on paper or let me spray it on me?
But they used to do that. They taken that out.
Not in this one. It is still
Okay,
there, and I
yeah.
was like,
Because
yo,
we went through that phase of having like the little
a
I
little
forgot the like
tab thing. Like
yes,
yeah.
and it's like you lift it up and you're supposed to be able to smell the scent in it, but we no longer carry that.
Yeah, that's the first time I've seen that, and I was like, mm-mm. So then they started showing me some of their limited ones right there, and then they go back to this one that's sitting on the back, and I was like, what is that right there? Because obviously these are not working out for me. I just don't like these right here. What is this? They pulled it out, and it was just, it instantly clicked in my memory. I had just finished having one of these early. It reminded me of an old fashioned. My favorite drink is an
I
old
like
fashioned.
old-fashioned. I can't drink.
So,
I did like old fashions when I was able to drink.
and it just took me there. Because I just finished had an old fashioned before I got there, and I was just like, man,
I thought you meant before you got here. Go ahead.
no. So the fragrance is called Huntsman. Huntsman.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yes.
One.
I don't think I've heard of this.
This is it's a cedar. It's whiskey and cedarwood. It's a cologne. It's only 3 notes in here. Whiskey, obviously cedarwood, and pimento. A spice. I don't really catch the spice of it, but it just when you smell it, you just think of an old fashioned.
I've seen it, but I haven't smelled it.
Got something that you ain't. You know what?
No,
I'm
but
happy
I
today.
smelled their new one that it has like the orange top note. I can't.
Yeah,
think of the
yeah,
name
not
of
this
it.
old one.
But I smelled their
Ladies
latest
first.
one. Thank you. It's herby. I do get when you said it smells like old fashioned fragrance.
Have you smelled Killian's old fashioned yet?
No, I
'Cause
haven't.
I think that would be your speed.
It's nice. I like it.
Smells green
Yeah.
from what I'm getting. Just a
It
little
smells
more.
nice though. I like it. I like how
This-
he's studying his
This
fragrance.
this smells familiar.
I like it.
It smells like something I have,
Let me just.
but it's not bad. But I would never
I'm glad
picture
it
you with
smells
that. I would not picture you
it-
with this
it-
fragrance.
This does not smell like you.
Thank you.
But the memory of an old I love an old fashioned. A good.
You see how it captured.
It captured me, and
I
I
don't
was
get
like,
an
"This
old
is."
fashioned from that.
I get
It
it.
induced a memory.
That's what I said. I mean, that's as soon
I
as
do
I
get
smelt
it.
it, it
I
was
do get
like
it.
I gotta have this, and I wouldn't mind smelling like this, just because maybe I can connect to it actually now.
Yeah.
Before I probably some things, so I want to go back and smell one of the ones that I heard earlier had the cedar
Yeah.
wood in it. And I think it was the
So it's-
Old Glory. I think
Tokyo Blue.
Tokyo Blue.
No, Tokyo Blue was that. That's the one that smells more like
Yeah,
the,
Oud Galore.
No, there we go. I think it was Oud Galore. No, is it Oud Galore?
Yes, Oud Galore.
No,
Because
you
Oud
said had
Galore
booze in it.
tobacco.
Yeah. No, this
No,
one had the-
booze. The boozy one was Harlem Nights.
Yeah. That's the one I wanted to see.
Harlem Nights is boozy.
Nights.
You wanted to smell Tokyo Blue because we were talking about
No,
the
there was
dry down.
no. I specifically when we started talking about this one, I was like, this one has a alcohol type taste to it, smell to it, and I wanted to see how close to this is to that now. You can tell this is more the whiskey is the smoothness of the whiskey
Yeah,
in here.
it's rum in it.
Yeah.
See, yours is greener to me than Harlem Nights is
Can I see
a
the
little
bottle?
bit more
Musky.
ambery and sweet and a bit more tobacco. Yours is kind of green,
Yeah.
a little boozy. It's very nice though.
Yes.
I would have never pictured you
Let
Let
wanting
me
that.
see that.
This would not give
but-
me a Nigel
But
smell.
this would tell
Let me
why
spray it on
it goes
the
You can
back.
spray it in the cap.
Yeah, let me spray it on the cap.
This is what I say like my maturation over time. I have changed because I'm not wearing the sweetest fragrances anymore. Though the ones I initially always would get something that's like, oh, it's just
No,
it's
I see
simple.
what you mean. It smells like liquor.
So when you first were coming around, Coach Platinum was like your favorite.
It's-
Is that still your favorite?
Coach Platinum is still one of my
Really?
favorites. Still
I
one
heard
of my
you
favorites.
say that.
It's still one of my favorite. If I haven't had to buy
I'll
new
be
in a
honest.
while.
Nice.
It's actually a pretty Coach Platinum. It actually is pretty decent. I can see you wearing it.
Yeah, that was
I've
my.
never smelled that one.
This is
I'm gonna have to go into the Coach store and smell it because we never had it.
it's beneath.
No,
I'm
not
joking,
me.
I'm joking.
I had several Coach shoes, so
Yeah, but,
I like Coach.
That's the only one I actually like by Coach. That's the thing, crazy thing. I
I
don't,
like Coach.
yeah,
I don't
Coach,
remember.
the Coach Black is nice.
I didn't like
I
it.
think Nordstrom's had Coach fragrances.
I think they. I
Yeah,
think they
yeah,
still
they-
do.
I think as
did,
they-
But I don't remember what they smell like.
Does it still smell the same on your hand or in
I'm
the
about
cap?
to say, the cap, it was a little bit more boozy, but it was still green. I got a lot of greenery.
No, it's nice. I like it.
And it said that you said it's supposed to. And just to let you know,
It's more than 3 notes.
everything's more than
Yeah,
three
yeah,
notes.
yeah. They only put. Yeah, I'm saying that's the only thing they.
How did I know
But
Gerald was
this
going to
smells
say that?
more masculine.
Yeah,
Okay, now the
Then maybe
booze
that's
came
why
out
you
more on my
like it.
hand.
Maybe that's why you like it because it's definitely more masculine.
I don't get the old fashioned from that.
I don't get old fashioned because I still get greenery, like it's green.
No, I get it because it smells like when
for
you
me,
open.
for me, it gets me old fashioned.
But
No.
I've had different types of old
Yeah, yeah,
fashions.
yeah,
from
yeah.
Different places, they all smell differently because it's how they present it. If they open up this box, like at what's it called, Hell's Kitchen at the Wharf, the way they bring you the old fashioned.
Oh, where they smoke it?
Yeah, when they open up inside.
Yeah,
this
that's the
box,
the freshest,
it's like-
the smoked one.
smells different. If you go to the Gaylord in Florida and the way they present the old fashioned, they were like mixing it like this, and they open the top, and it's just like
See
it's
what I'm
all
saying?
depends. Or
Yeah.
like at the Ritz Carlton, they just make the old fashioned and they just.
You just keep going up like.
No, but
go
it's
here,
just,
go here.
No,
you know what?
because
I'm
I've
impressed.
No, because I've had like old fashioned in so many different places,
Yes.
and
Like-
nice restaurants that they all smell differently. It's how they present it. If they smoke it, if they light it up, and they do all this like show for you, then it's going to smell different.
Yeah,
of course.
And you have like a liquid memory from it. So you had a liquid memory from it.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not denying it. It's just it's green on
But
me a
I
little
can
bit.
see it does smell.
I definitely get it's boozy though. It's
I like
very
it.
good.
I like it.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you. You know that comes a lot. That means a lot.
So this would be your dressed up, kind of like fragrance to wear to impress.
No. This is not. This is a personal favorite thing.
Oh, okay.
This is. I'm not impressing nobody. This is me personally. This is
You're
something
impressing yourself.
No, this is for me. This one's personally for me to wear. I don't care if someone likes it or not. This is about me.
Mm-hmm.
If I need something I want to impress, I mean, there's one I will go to, but I'm already put a dent in that bottle. It's that Parfum Marley. You already know which one.
I'm
I
about-
love,
One? Which perfume?
Altair.
Oh, really?
I love
Are you like
that one.
Altair?
Really?
I love that one. It just hits on so many levels. It just,
Well,
it
you're-
just
Really? I have to go
Yeah.
back and smell it and see what you like about it.
maybe just it
You're,
works.
you're a vanilla gigolo, sir.
Yes.
I hear
Yes,
Madame
thank
Vanilla
you.
Jig-
Gigolos get lonely too.
Caramel, vanilla. Spoken like you really know.
Hey
Now,
man,
the
he's not lonely.
perfume, The Marley
He-
PDM, I love the Delina. I didn't think I was going to like
Oh,
it.
no, that's very nice.
And I was like, what? Now that's another one that I was impressed. Both of my daughters confiscated my bottles. Had 3. I have none now. They're gone. But that's the one I really did love because it has roses. It's based on lychee fruit. I love to eat lychee fruit.
That's so
lychee fruit.
beautiful.
And it smells so good. So, shout out to PDM.
Shout out to PDM.
They do make good fragrances, though.
This really does not this does not give me Nigel vibes. Like I think of like Middle Eastern vibes when I get you now.
Yeah.
Like you like a lot of but on the sweeter Middle Eastern side, not like the just heavy, strong scents type of thing.
Spicy.
Yeah.
I had one
Incense.
called
No, that's not Nigel.
Cashmere by Dream, and that was a far left vibe for me. No one likes it. My mama didn't like it. Friends didn't like it. It was like, why did you even buy it? I said I had to try something different. It was an
Who
expensive.
was it? I know the name Cashmere, but
It's to buy Dream.
Dubai Dream. Never even never know that.
Filthy Rich is the house from them, and then Dubai Dream is a different one. It's
But it's called Cashmere.
Cashmere.
Okay.
I know what, I'll be on that side of town. Are you working tomorrow this week? What day are you working?
I'm working, I think, tomorrow. I'm not sure. I have to look at my schedule.
I will.
I'm still in Vegas time.
If I come
still daydreaming
tomorrow,
about it.
Wednesday, I'll bring it up there so you can smell it.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be there Wednesday.
I'll come there Wednesday.
Okay, yeah, I want to smell it.
Okay.
All right. What does the
And I can share with you the other new stuff that we got in, because we got a lot of new stuff. It's a lot to keep up with. Like the Jo Malone has a new one. Of course, we have Chris Collins, and we just have several new fragrances that you guys got to come and try it.
I'm gonna have to come back.
Yeah, you got to try the
you got
mind game stuff.
too.
I like the box that you're banging
Argos.
there.
Argo. So I selected this for many reasons.
That's a beautiful box.
Shout out to my
Argos
administrative
makes
assistant.
beautiful
Really?
stuff. Like their packaging.
Okay.
Christian.
That is so angelic. Like, I love when it comes to, like, the packaging has to be
Yeah, he does great packaging.
beautiful. I recognize the eye symbol.
Bacio Immortale.
Baccio is Italian.
Yes.
So you just like,
I brought it because of Gerald.
oh, okay. Oh, nice. Let me look at the bottle, because I like how you, let me see the box, because the box is everything. Right?
It
The
is.
box, that's a nice box.
Yeah,
That is a nice
Argos does
box.
great
Argos,
packaging.
their presentation is pretty good when it comes to this type of stuff.
I like when they come in like this coffre style, or like when they package it, like if you drop it, your
bottle's still safe.
Yeah.
Still like
Right.
there. This is so beautiful. Look at this. And you is very angelic because of the little angels.
Details.
Details
oh
matter.
my gosh.
They do.
This is an inspiration to a fragrance that I might have. And I love how square and clean it looks. Yeah. Now, can I spray it? Or no, I'm gonna let you spray it.
Yeah, so
And
talk
then-
about it. What so
so
tell
tell us a little bit
so tell us
about
about the Bacio.
Baccio Immortal.
Recommendation from my administrative assistant.
Oh my lord!
Ooh, and it's magnetic.
And
Oh, nice.
when I smelt this, I this was one of the things that I got excited about. One of the fragrances, I was like, "Oh, this is nice," but also the story behind it. The translation is "Immortal Kiss," and it had to do with Cupid helping, I believe her name was Psyche, escape the underworld, and it was a kiss that they shared between each other. So when you smell this,
It's supposed to be loving.
it's supposed to be loving.
So you spray your beard.
Man, spray the big part. Why you keep
His-
spraying that little
His
thin
little
part?
beard.
So she can write on it.
Not like Gerald's beard.
It was happy they made the freedom. That's what that kid's like. Just
And I already think that this doesn't even translate to the paper. You're going to have to smurr this.
But this definitely smells masculine. But I'm going to spray it. I'm going to go for it. And where did you get this from? Because I've never seen this in any
You
store.
have Argos from Argos.
From Argos.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
From their actual website.
he's
Yeah.
his own
Yeah.
personal perfumer.
I don't think they sell this at a store.
They're distributed. They're starting to get more distribution.
Is this
now,
like a
but
50 mil?
Yes.
Or- yeah, it
Feel-
looks small.
Feel the
Oh
weight
my
of
God,
that.
the
Yes.
weight of this is beautiful. It's heavy.
his new release is the one that Sacred Flames.
But I
That-
like
that
all
one-
the
that one sells
Swarovski
out.
crystals.
Is it?
I like the Swarovski crystal on
Are you
it.
sure?
And just the
I didn't say it
detail.
sold out. It sells out.
Yeah.
You own it?
Even the glass is heavy.
It is. It's,
Wow. Great presentation. Now let's see what it smells like.
yeah, I like it, but I think you're right. The paper doesn't smell. This doesn't do it.
The
justice.
paper-
I'm
Really
going to
enjoy
have
just
to
it.
come back to it because
So the top notes: bergamot, lemon, pepper, raspberry, violet, jasmine, leather, pink peppercorn, musk, leather, oud, birch, and
wow.
vanilla.
Wow.
You see the difference, right? That's what I said. I don't think that translates to the paper
this,
at all.
This does not
it
translate.
smells like a man's fragrance to me.
This is.
Did you get to spray it on yourself?
No.
This is. I like that.
I smell the leather accord on it. more than bergamot and everything else you mentioned.
Yeah, I don't get any of the citrus
No.
from this.
Look at the
I
I
get-
smell all the heavier notes on me, at least. So you said
No,
leather
I-
and what else?
That,
I get the violet because I'm a violet. I'm a violet man.
You said violent?
Violet.
Oh.
I'm violent too if necessary.
you know what?
But you know what? The only brand that's ever made the most amazing violet was couture. Other than that, I've never smelled anything that had that note that it was like dominant. You know?
Oh, well, I mean, it's been a bunch of stuff. Eau de Cartier by Cartier.
Yeah,
Very violet forward.
Yeah, the old
Yeah,
Cartier,
yeah,
the
yeah,
big
the-
bottle.
the-
Yeah,
yeah,
I
you
remember
know,
those.
you know, yeah.
What about
Yeah.
But then they
Tom
made
Ford had
orange.
black violet.
Yeah, but it still wasn't like the couture.
Do you like that? Black violet? I like this. Somebody didn't had brought it and it was like they didn't care for it. And I'm like, what is it I not
But
like
then they
about this
took it
fragrance?
out. Remember, it was like
Yeah.
a purple bottle, and it was
Yeah.
like smaller. Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Black violet is. I mean, they took it out of production. They want $1 million for it now. But,
Really?
Yeah, but I love violet fragrances.
So the notes again: bergamot, lemon, pepper, raspberry, violet, jasmine, leather, pink peppercorn, musk, leather, oud, birch, and vanilla.
I'm getting a lot of raspberry and the violet and a touch of leather. See, but my skin just, if I get
I
violet in
smell
the fragrance,
leather.
it pops off.
No violet.
I like that.
This is something you would wear?
I wear that. That I would wear.
I would say it's like a leathery floral essence, but definitely more masculine.
I'm not getting a lot of leather yet.
How?
Yeah, it's nice.
It's
leather-
not coming out on me.
The leather jumps out.
Yeah, I don't.
Not yet. I mean, I'm not saying it's not there.
No.
No. This.
No, it's there. Like that's all I smell is the
Like
leather.
on the card, I smelled it.
You know what it reminds me of? Tom Ford's Tuscan leather.
Oh, this is much smoother than that.
No,
Tuscan
it's
leather's
smoother,
rough.
but it reminds me of that.
Yeah,
You know,
like
the
that
leathery
ombre
notes.
leather. Ombre
Yeah.
leather was a little lighter.
Yeah, but ombre leather was sweeter.
I think I'm getting
Yeah.
some raspberry now.
That's what I said.
Now they
Okay.
have a new de
Let me see.
ombre leather.
Yeah, like that doesn't even smell like the same fragrance.
This smells stronger than that.
I know. I told you. It's way more subtle.
On me, it's like strong.
This might not be your age group, and that's why it's not translating to your skin.
But it's beautiful. I mean, it's a beautiful fragrance. If somebody's
what it
asking
does.
me, can I get like a leather scent? I would totally recommend that. But and the packaging
Oh,
is
no, I dig it,
beautiful.
though.
Everything. Do they make other? I mean, they're
Yeah,
all
he has
I have
about
to-
12 or 15 fragrances.
Really, I
Yes.
have to look into
Yeah, right
it.
there.
And these are pretty
can't
strong,
say you
so I
don't
don't
smell
even
the leather
feel
on
like
there.
I need the 100
It smells like leather
ml
to you
'cause
on me.
It's
I
more
don't see how
than
you
enough for me
can't
to
have the
spray
leather.
twice.
Oh, I can see it.
You
Look
see?
how it's like.
Even-
You could tell it's a lot of oil. So I
Yeah.
wonder what the
don't-
concentration
Not a lot of
level
leather
is.
there to me.
I think that's
Does it
not-
Tell
I
you
think.
there?
Maybe your nose is needs to be refined. Let me stop.
Wow.
I like it.
I like it. That's see the box. You know, I'm a, ooh.
It's very
Oh, I like it too.
You know, I love keeping. I'm surprised. You know what? I'm surprised 'cause you don't even like keeping boxes though.
I've started keeping them because the light shines in my room, and it has been touching the bottles.
But this is
So
beautiful. I would keep
I've
this
been
box.
trying to protect some of them, some of my fragrances.
No, it's good though. I don't get a lot of leather, but it's really good.
And you don't get it, and that's all I smell. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like we just smelled each other. Like we both put it on, and it smells different. I mean,
Yeah.
but that's what fragrance does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
I would hope it doesn't smell the same on every single person. Right?
Yeah.
You would get something.
But you
different
get more
like
of the
to-
floral notes.
Yeah, well, it's a little sweet and
That leather smells.
And on you
Yeah,
pick up all the
I
leather.
pick
That's
up
all I pick
every
up.
bit of that damn leather.
That's all I pick up.
Like if
That's all I can smell.
Someone beat my ass with a belt and it stays on my skin. Like
That's all I can smell.
see, like the leather's underneath.
Yeah, for me,
Yeah,
it's
I'm
like
getting more of it.
it pierced my skin. Yes, it.
But I'm definitely gonna look into this brand because it's like I love the packaging. I like the
Yeah, Argos has
how
some great
it's
stuff.
like co-frayed into like
They can even
how
give
it's
you
packaged.
strips with like the symbol on it, the logo,
Oh, yeah.
for you to spray.
Just put it
I wonder if that there's a difference in strips, like what you spray, how that affects what the fragrance is and whatnot. Because sometimes people come on the show and they'll spray something on here, and I'm like, this isn't it. I need to literally spray it. So it doesn't matter if it's like whatever type of fragrance. I'll spray it on my arm, and I'm like,
But
no, this smells
the way
way.
it's like glaring on your skin,
You can see it, right?
Tell. That's what we
Can you
learned
see?
in school. Like
Yeah.
they were teaching us how like the fragrance, like you can tell the concentration of it. If it's like still shining and your skin is like glowing.
Yeah.
Mind games. It was like somebody rubbed Vaseline all over my hand.
Can you go in depth about the school portion? I'm saying, like you say they sent y'all to school for this. Like, what's the training for when you're getting into?
So when they're about to launch a brand, the trainers come and of course they do a presentation of the actual fragrances launching and about the whole brand. So we're well educated on how to not just sell the product because it's good, but like about the brand, the inspiration, how it came about, and how many years the brand's been in business, and that way we can actually
Speak on it. Speak on it, sell it.
Speak on it, sell it, and just give you a little bit of a better idea. Just like we didn't know that the Montel fragrances also come from like the Surgeoff. It's the same company.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
So he started this brand, Montel, and they come with the canister.
Yeah, Pierre
fragrances.
Montal. He also
Right,
has
Montal.
Mancera. He runs Mancera.
Right,
Pierre
right.
Montal.
But he wanted to prove a point that you can make a great scent with just the canister. It doesn't have to be a fancy bottle. So the fragrances, you can tell the price point is great, the fragrance is good, and you don't have to have that fancy schmancy bottle. Like,
Right.
this is a great, beautiful bottle that you just showed us, right? So once he proved his point, they're like, okay, now you can make us a beautiful bottle. So he went off and made Surgeoff. So the fragrances are a little bit, they're designed a little bit better. And going back to one of your shows I was listening to, you love one of you guys that liked one of the Surgeoff
It was
fragrances.
just two different. We had Alex too.
Alexander the
Alexander
Second.
the Second. Yeah.
Yeah.
We both have Xerjoffs that we enjoy or whatever. Yeah.
Right. So fragrances, they teach us a lot about the fragrances, the companies, and how we can sell it. And that's what I enjoy about it. And then we
Montal.
smell all of them. I mean, we're in that class, like we just went through a Amouage training and they were teaching us about like the scents and how long they stay on. But those fragrances, I'm like, I have to come out because they were so strong.
Yeah.
Amouage will chase you about the room.
Amouage, yes. But you have to be careful how you spray it. But that shows you right there, these fragrances are long lasting. So, I mean, we have morning trainings for just like the whole store as well. So we can help other people show them how they can present the fragrances to their clients, because not everybody sells fragrances in the store. They sell clothing and everything. So we want to complete the whole wardrobe.
That's about my next question. How do y'all
Yeah.
navigate the store? Like, hey, you have a client getting a suit. Hey, boom. How do y'all navigate them from
Yeah.
here to the fragrance to match up and to
Yeah.
close the deal? It's like I would imagine that would be like
It's a
pitch.
complete,
Yeah.
so, and I do that whole that. I tend to get a whole room prepared for my clients because they come for a whole wardrobe. So in that room, I also put fragrances there so they can actually try on, or I already know what they like. So my recommendation for them, it's like an honest recommendation. That's why for me, I would like to give them my expertise. And they trust me, so that's why I have to make sure that the fragrance lasts, the fragrance is good, and it's 25 years that I've been doing this for a long time. So I don't want to give them something common and generic. I want them to be wowed by the fragrance, just like me.
Right.
It's like,
See, now for me, I will say, I didn't speak on that. Every fragrance doesn't have to be eternal for me, because just like an outfit, if you're going somewhere, you have a day outfit, you have a night outfit. And if something lasts or is too potent, You put on an Amouage, you're wearing that all day.
All
you
day. Go take a shower.
Unless you
It'll
get back
be
and
in your
take a
clothes.
shower, that's it. But there are some scents. For me, the first thing is the smell. Is it beautiful? Is it something that intrigues me that I want to wear? Because every fragrance doesn't need to be 12 hours. I'm happy if something's like 4 to 6. Okay, great. I'm wearing this morning. This evening, I know I'm going to this event. I can change up my fragrance, have a completely different type of mood. But for some people, they need it. They literally judge it. If it's not 10 plus hours, then they don't want it. But for me, it's all about the fragrance, how it makes me feel. What does it smell like in the air? Because just like you wouldn't wear daggone hot leather coat during the middle of the summer, but at nighttime you might put on that leather fragrance. But if you put on something that's lasting 10 hours, you can't do that change up. So just like with wardrobe, you have to have that versatility. So I have no problems with something smelling great but not lasting 10 hours. But it has to fit a specific purpose, and fragrances
true.
are that way for me.
I concur.
To piggyback off you, like most stuff, I'm not getting 10 hours out of it. I don't think I'm getting 3 hours out of it. So I'm strategic in what I wear
Exactly.
and how I'm choosing to apply it. Some stuff I know that if I have a good solid 3 hours out of it, I might take the bottle with me in the car.
And refresh. Exactly.
You know,
Because you love it.
yes.
Yeah. Because you like it. Yeah. I think it has to do with like, yeah, what you want to wear. But like some fragrances, like I said, some people don't smell it, and I always tell them just wear something else, like I said earlier, and just go back to it another time because you might, or revisit the fragrance.
Right, and or they just go anosmic to it because that happens. Like your nose literally starts to shut down because it
only
can't
breathing so much,
keep smelling that one thing because your nose is one of the biggest things in protection. It's supposed to smell if something's burning. You have to be able to pick up other things. You
A predator.
You can't just be picking up that one thing. So your nose will start to shut down. Or if you have a strong, potent scent, because I know, what was it? The Baccarat, people used to wear that, and they would just douse themselves in it because they kept saying they couldn't smell it, but it's because they just went nose blind.
Yeah.
And it's not that other people can't smell it.
But I don't. I mean, I smell it, but then I don't smell it.
Yeah, it's that kind of thing.
You know?
Exactly. Like it kind of plays that trick, and that happens a lot with fragrances, especially if you're wearing something and you wear it frequently. You will go anosmic to it. You're just used to the smell.
Do you like the Baccarat?
It's all right. At first, I liked it.
But it's like 10 years old, I think.
Yeah, I mean, but it got so overblown. It was never. People made it like it was the greatest fragrance. I never thought it was the greatest fragrance. I thought it was unique for what they were doing. I mean, they basically took a molecule and amped it up and were able to sell it.
I mean, I liked it.
So it was very beautiful. I just.
I like it. I've worn it several times. A long time ago, when I was like freelancing at Bloomingdale's, and I wore it, this girl like picked it up and she's like, "You're wearing Baccarat." I was like, "Okay." I mean, I didn't realize that it smelled that good.
You know that smell, though.
Yeah. So, but that was like one of the compliments that I got from it. So.
I picked up the Tokyo Blue.
Okay.
Right.
I told you it gets a little deeper. It's not.
It's
the
deeper.
Same thing.
I would, if I had I could spray this on my clothes. I would want someone to hug and just when they put their face into their shoulder, someone give a hug. They'd be like, "You smell so refreshing. Like this, so crisp. Like this is something like I want someone that they hug me deeply." Clothes, yes.
So you getting that later on after it's already been sprayed and
it's stronger now than I like it better now than
I told you, wait for the dry down. That's what I told him. I told him.
Yeah.
That's what I said. That one gives you a whole complete different thing. But I was going to talk about Montal since you had brought them up. That's the first fragrance that I had ever bought that gives you like a bottle this big, but it's only like liquid to here. But apparently it's the actual size that you're supposed to get in ounces.
Oh, Montal?
Yes.
I haven't bought a lot of Montals. They're
Only
very
two.
potent.
I only own two.
They're very potent, though.
I like them.
I have more
That honey
Manceras.
oud,
I have more Manceras than I have Montals.
you get ate up. Mancera,
Oh, you do?
Mancera.
Mancera's nice.
Yeah, I think I have 3 Manceras.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a
Yeah,
whole
they're
ton,
all under
but
the
yeah.
same umbrella.
Yeah,
They're
Montal,
great
Mancera.
fragrances. Manceras are a lot lighter versus the Montel, I think.
Well, yeah, Montal
Except for-
has a lot heavier scents, but Manceras has some. I mean, again, Pierre Montal makes both, but his ouds for Mancera are
they're
potent
nice
too.
Yeah,
Like,
those the oud collection, yes. But I like the Montels. I think they are fun. I do have like the candy one, and then the bubble one. It's like, I think they're fun fragrances. To
yes, they
have.
are.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
all of them. All of
Yeah.
them
You
are.
know,
Yeah.
they're not mature. Like I would wear them all the time. I think it'd have to like be in that mood. of,
Exactly.
like,
They're
you
fun
know,
though.
Yeah,
You
they're
have some
fun
that are
fragrances, but they do last.
They-
And for
they
the
last.
price. And we have all these little kids. We call them the TikTokers. They come in, and they like they have like this discovery set for them that it's like affordable for the kids, and it's like $48, and they get like all these different fragrances so they can try. I think it's from the Mancera and the Surge Off. So then that way they can like explore because they can't buy everything.
And they
you
can
know?
try
And
try enough of
They
them.
can try enough of them, and I do push that on them so they can actually try the Herba Pura, like the Herba Gold.
Oh, that's so nice.
So it's like it's nice that they're acknowledging the kids that
Yes.
they're getting into fragrances, and so many of them are into it that I'm like, okay, here they come, and it's nice to help them because everybody's starting their own journey.
Yes,
you know,
it's
and
very
you
exciting.
want to, not like disencourage them from coming to the counter and like trying to smell stuff. I'm like encourage them, just come and try and smell, and it's a fun thing to do.
Yeah, 1,000,000%.
I do not disagree. I've talked about it before. My nephew, he's 15, 16, and I talk to him about fragrances, and I get his opinion, and I'm like, what do you like these days? And every time he comes here, he has a new favorite fragrance.
Oh.
And I always am trying to one-up his favorite fragrance. So whenever like the first time he came, he brought Dior Sauvage, and I was like, it's nice. And he was like, it's the best thing ever. And so I let him smell something else. And he was like, oh, this is different. This is different. So I just take pride in that, in
So I'm
sharing
gonna
that
have to
experience with
send
him.
you some more samples for him.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a little nephew. He's like, I think he's like 6. I think he's 6. So he doesn't leave my place until he gets something. He tells Dad, we got to go up to Auntie's apartment so I can get something from her. And I'm like,
Oh, you trained him
okay.
already.
Yeah, and so he sees all the fragrances. So I'm like, okay, you can have one. And I gave him one last time, but I gave him like a lot of samples. So he's
Cool.
just like his dad, because my brother should be in fragrances, not me, because he actually used to buy, we used to call him the French boy, because he used to buy, like when he was a teenager. When he was a teenager, he actually owned like tons of fragrances. Shout out to my second brother. He actually had so many fragrances, and like the Versace jeans, the blue jeans,
Blue
red
jeans.
jeans,
Started off with that,
Classic,
yeah.
yeah.
yellow
Classic.
jeans, Dracar, and like when he would come out of his room, like it would just like fume with fragrances. So I think I have that best liquid memory of like being introduced to fragrances, because he always smelled amazing, and now his little son loves scents, so that's kind of nice.
How many siblings do you have?
I only have 2 older brothers, and I have 2 younger cousins that grew up with me, so they're like my little brothers.
Okay.
So, but I'm the only girl. So.
Are they all into fragrances? I mean, I know you talk
Yeah,
about
yeah.
your brother, but
Yes,
okay.
they're all into fragrances. They're always asking me like, "Can I have a bottle?" I'm like, "Am I the store? I'm not the store." I'll get you some samples.
Right,
but,
right,
but yeah, it's nice to, like I said, it's always nice to smell great, and I think it's part of who we are. Represents who we are. If we smell great, project good vibes,
1,000,000%.
right? That's what we're here for.
Final words? You got anything else you want to say?
Once again, I'm just happy that y'all have come on, Spurring the Love of Fragrances. The meeting y'all have been monumental for me in my journey. And just shout out to everybody that's supporting and watching. Like, subscribe, share, goodness,
Like,
share, share, subscribe.
There
I'm
you go.
sorry, goodness.
Yeah.
Without any
I thought it
kind,
was spray, slay, repeat. Go ahead.
any advice, comments, let us know. You want to email us, shoot it out to the website. We'll respond. You want to come on, let us know. Hey, we're flexible. But hey, it's been another great episode, another blessing with great friends, not guests. They're friends, the OGs.
To you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, Lord. Here we go. But I'll pass it over to Gerald.
Hey, man, always an honor to be with you, Nigel. It was awesome to be here with Grace, and thanks, Kareem, for doing what you do, man. And I don't know exactly what that is, but whatever it is, thank you for doing it and putting the show together. Y'all, please support these guys. They are really trying to do something different in this community, and are really just trying to bring something original and something that is actually for the community, and not necessarily pushing a product or pushing a particular brand. It's just for the love of fragrance. Please support these guys. So
Yeah, shout out to
Thank
PG
you.
County.
Shout out to PG County. Go ahead, Grace. Final words.
No, I'm just grateful to be here, and thank you for inviting me. I hope to see you guys soon. I mean, it was
Wednesday.
great that Gerald brought you guys. It was just such a surprise that day that I met all of you guys. It was like, wow. It was like such a cool group and knowledgeable people. So with fragrances, that we all share that passion and that love for fragrances, and it's going to keep growing.
I just want to say, you can't judge a book by its cover. We bump into people all the time, and you just never know who you're gonna connect with and who you don't. Who's gonna be into fragrances, and like you said, when we met up that day, a lot of people, not even that Gerald brought, just in the store, we connected with, maybe aren't people that we would even speak to or be friends to in a normal setting, but just everybody kind of just shared that love for fragrances and connected. So that was awesome. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for putting the group together. That's a great time. I keep asking you every damn month when you're doing it again.
It's coming up here in a couple of weeks. We're
Okay.
gonna do it.
But to everybody out there, you could be anywhere doing anything, but you've given us your time. Thank you, and we out. Peace.